Welcome to the Green Wave Report from ON SI Tulane. I'm Doug Joubert. The Green Wave Report is a weekly rundown of stories we put together, analysis of what went on, and one you could expect later on in the week from ON SI Tulane. That's our website. That's part of the Sports Illustrated Network. Check it out down below. We start out with baseball, which opened up its season this past weekend at Loyola Marymount. Pretty successfully, I might add. In Tulane basketball, a split as the men squeaked by Alabama Birmingham for their second straight conference victory. Tulane women not as good. Their losing streak hits 6 as they fall at North Texas. The Tulane track and field teams are doing well, having a split meet this past weekend. And we'll look ahead and give you some analysis of things that did happen. All coming up on the Green Wave Report. Tulane baseball opened the season at Loyola Marymount this Friday night in Los Angeles, right on the ocean. The Green Wave did it in style on Friday night with a 12-3 whooping of the Lions. Good pitching for the most part. There were control issues for Trey Sahajic in the beginning. We'll talk more about that later on. But J.D. Rodriguez came on in relief. He gets the win for Tulane, going 4 2/3 innings, giving up no runs, 2 hits, walking 2, striking out 9. The call to the bullpen back in the 9th inning brings in newcomer Jude Adebatis, his first appearance as a Greenie after spending 3 years at UConn. He inherits runners at first and second, nobody out. He walks the first guy up, loading the bases, but then a comebacker to him forces a double play, then a ground ball to end it, with Tulane winning 12-3. Plenty to be happy about, except the Wave stranding a dozen runners. On Saturday evening, things didn't go as well as Tulane falls 6-4 in Los Angeles. The big news for this game is leaving runners on base again. Tulane ends up stranding 9 this time around in that 2-run loss to Loyola Marymount. Then on Sunday, the rubber match. Tulane ends up claiming a 6-2 victory over LMU. Tulane pitchers struck out 19 Lions in that game. That's the most that a Tulane team has done in 54 years in a victory. That follows 11 Ks for Tulane pitchers on Saturday, 9 strikeouts on Friday. Some notes from the weekend for baseball. Tanner Chun hit by pitch twice in that Sunday game. He's been hit by pitch 3 times already this year. Senior Kaikea Harrison really hot, batting .467 in those 3 games. And the Greenie batters don't mind getting dinged while at the plate. They've done it a half dozen times in those games. If there was a negative to come out of this past weekend, it might be Friday starter Trey Sahajic. His control was an issue. He went 3 1/3 innings and ended up walking 5. In team stats, besides Kaikea Harrison leading the way batting, a couple of pair of newcomers are right there near the top. Infielder A.J. Grunewald is batting .400. Old-timer Mateus Haas is third in batting at .364. Then 2 more newbies. Nolan Narosky batting .333, Ty Wood batting .250. We'll talk about basketball next. A split for the Tulane basketball teams this weekend in the first of 2 games of what could be considered their revenge tour. The Green Wave men were looking to avenge a 13-point defeat at the hands of UAB a month ago in Fogelman. The Tulane D came on to play again. The Wave held the Blazers to 35% in the contest as Tulane pushes to a 2-game win streak with a 55-54 victory over Alabama Birmingham in Alabama. That's now 3 victories out of the last 4 games for the Green Wave men. Rowan Brumbaugh led the way for the Wave with 17 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, dishing out 4 assists. Asher Wood chimes in with 14 points. Scotty Middleton had 12, with every one of Scotty's points coming from beyond the 3-point mark. Tulane now 15-10. Its American Conference record is 6-6. Remember, the top 10 teams make it to the American Conference Championship Tournament, which is less than a month away. Tulane has the Denton on the continuation of this revenge tour. They play them Thursday against North Texas, who dumped the Wave at home last month. News not as good for the Tulane women, who have now lost 6 in a row with a 56-47 loss at North Texas this past weekend. The Green Wave had a really hard time getting the ball in the bucket, shooting 33% for the game. However, there is something to be said for the Green Wave defense, holding the Mean Green to 34% from the field. The Wave women will also stay on the road, visiting Memphis on Mardi Gras Day. That's the makeup game that was postponed back on January 27th because of some heavy winter weather. Then they'll have a second game against Memphis, this time in New Orleans, this coming Thursday. We'll hit up track and field next. The Green Wave track and field team split between Boston and Nashville this past weekend, and they did pretty well, as both events had multiple outstanding performances. 5 Wave athletes earned top 10 program marks, with 5 more adding new personal best results. The Tulane track and field squads are getting ready for their final tune-up this coming weekend. It'll be at the LSU Twilight. After that one-day meet, the American Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships are on tap a week later. The women are the defending champions. Here's the schedule for the rest of the week. As we mentioned, the Tulane women are playing at Memphis on Tuesday, 7 p.m., Mardi Gras night. The baseball team will be in Los Angeles to play who some say is the number 2 team in the country. Others have them ranked at number 1, UCLA. The Tuesday night game has been moved from a 7 o'clock start to 3 p.m. our time. There's heavy rain coming through Los Angeles, so they're moving the game up Tuesday afternoon to 3 p.m. The women's swim team will be in the American Conference Championship Tournament Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Also on Thursday, men's basketball at the Super Pit in Denton. That's where the men are taking on North Texas. The women back home Thursday night against Memphis, 6:30 in Fulgaman. That's back-to-back Memphis games within 2 days of each other. Women's golf team will be playing in Greensboro, Georgia. And then the Tulane baseball team has its home opener this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as Harvard comes to town. First pitch Friday night set for 6:30. We hope you've enjoyed the Green Wave Report from ON SI Tulane. Please subscribe and comment as much as you want. I'm Doug Joubert. We'll see you next week.